The formal opening of the 16th Congress is barely 2 weeks away, but this early incoming neophyte Solons in the lower house have bared their positions of several issues. Freddie Abando tells us about this.
There is so much to expect from a first-term congressman. What should be their priorities? Should it be policy making, politicking, pork, or perks? The executive course provides the directions. A congressman will decide what's best for his constituents. After all, decide 3 years from now if they are worthy for a second term.
Policy is more important.
Is the most important.
The Priority Development Fund, better known as the PORC, is tops on their list of priorities. 70 million pesos yearly, 210 million pesos in 3 years. That's a lot of money to cover the needs of every congressman's constituents. There is a menu of projects and programs. It could either be hard or soft, from school buildings to health centers, maybe covered courts. Scholarships and medical assistance plus more. Will a great majority of House members benefit from the PDAF? Some are pushing for its abolition.
I think we all know that, of course, the bills they both affect the lives of our constituents. So the bill, of course, will tell the entire country, and the pork barrel is basically your constituency only. No? So yung pork barrel, yun ay para tulungan ang ating mga kababayan sa kanilang mga pang-araw-araw pangangailangan.
We are here for public service. Yung pork barrel is only incidental to our work. And we can live without it.
On policy, there is a growing clamor to political dynasties. In the last elections, political power is becoming the domain of a few families, from the legislature to local governance.
We cited several instances or several sources of distrust of this institution, and one reason is that this has become the domain of political dynasties. For as long as we do not pass an enabling law as called for in the Constitution, banning or first defining and then eventually banning political dynasties, then there will always be a perennial source of consternation of the public of this institution. But hopefully, before that time comes, we are able to address also the other sources of distrust.
We don't want also to prejudge the families who are involved in politics. So it's better that it is put on the table for discussion so that we will really come up with a wise policy about political dynasty.
Moves to amend the Constitution will be tough since many feel it's not the right time to do so. A personal crusade of Speaker Feliciano wanted to amend economic provisions of the Charter. Expect debates to be just as interesting as the last attempt.
I would dare not propose any measure to touch the political provisions of the Constitution, but rather, precisely because time and time again, international objective reports have always said that we have certain institutional flaws, we have certain regulatory inefficiencies. These call for amendments in our economic provisions.
For the People's Television Network, this is Freddie Abando reporting.